Okay, here we go. Hello, Flosstube.
We don't know how to use the computer.
No,
Sorry.
no, sorry about that. This actually is not take two, but we think we just took a picture of ourselves sitting here.
I don't even know if the mouth was open or what was going on.
We're back. So we want to welcome you back to our channel. We're in a different spot today, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. We are Bluegrass Blessings Shop. This is our fourth. She's supposed to keep track of this, but anyway.
Yes.
Fourth. Thank you, Sherry. This is our fourth Flosstube. And we are a small shop here in Greenup, Kentucky, close to Ashland, Kentucky, and Huntington, West Virginia. And Portsmouth, Ohio. So we're right there in that tri-state valley. So I am Diana.
I'm Stacy.
And I'm Sherry.
And like I said, we make up Bluegrass Blessings. Of course, there are lots of customers and stitchy friends that make up Bluegrass Blessings, but they will say we're the three stooges that make up the big part. So, before, this is where we usually film our lives on Facebook. If you haven't watched them, they are very entertaining. Go over and watch some. But this is normally where we film them. And normally before there would be a flag, or not flags,
A map
behind us. We have the Kentucky, West Virginia, and Ohio state
maps.
maps behind us, and the United States.
And we put little flags when we have people come to see us from out of town.
Yes, and from in town too. We have those two flags for those people.
That's where the flags come in.
So, but we have moved those. We had a generous customer buy our shop some corkboard, and we have moved those now to over there. This is our stitching room. We always taped before in our frame room. So this is actually our stitching room. And we're at our stitchy table right now. And so our flag
our maps are now over there. And we have a regular stitcher who is going maps. She's going to bring us a quilt, but she's been under the weather.
Yes.
So next door in our little plaza here is Thomas Sewing Center.
Yes.
And they loaned us one of the quilts that they have on the wall.
They are on
tore
Facebook.
Our serger again. So it is over there, and I've been over there a couple of times today, and they were gracious enough to lend us this quilt for our backdrop until we can get ours.
And if you ever need a sewing machine or your sewing machine repaired, Thomas Sewing Center is a wonderful place. They are located here in Greenup, and they are also located in Lexington, Kentucky. So
and they offer classes.
And
they've got a really nice setup over there.
They do. It's
beautiful.
wonderful.
If you bring your serger in and with
pitiful eyes, they will take it and say they will fix it. So
and they don't judge.
No.
And they know when they see me coming.
What has she done now?
Yes, because I'm not allowed to touch the serger, so
so
it's definitely her that has broke it. So next on our little agenda here, so
cheat sheet.
If you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking down at. So so we want to talk about the background. So I know you all have heard a lot about Market that went on in Nashville a few weeks ago, but we wanted to kind of tell you, we're not going to tell you everything about Market because you've already heard everything about Market, but we three went to Market, and we just kind of wanted to share with you some of our favorite things that we saw at Market, that we purchased at Market, and just share with you our experience at Market. This was mine and Sherry's fourth year going to Market, and this was Stacy's third year going to Market. And I think this was one of the biggest markets that we've been to. It was really nice. It always is. It's always fun, but it goes so fast. It's like we shop owners, we spend so much time getting ready and getting orders and all this, and then
worry about forgetting.
Yes, and then it's over in like a blink of an eye. Before you know it, you're on your way back, and you're getting everybody's order in ready and everything, and it's just crazy. So that's where we're going to start off with, and we're going to start off with Stacy.
Hi.
And her
Okay.
Beautiful box that she got.
This is Old Colonial Designs make these boxes. I've got one last year. I stitched it up and put it in our display case, and at Christmas time somebody bought it, which I was kind of flattered by. But anyway, this pattern came out this year for this box, and I stitched it up in silk. Oh, here it is. This is the silk I used, porcelain pink. And I kind of forgot how lovely silks are to work with. But this is called a dowry box. Um, if you would like a box, we can order them for you. They do come in many different sizes. I did find that they carry the candle shades that used to be so popular, and you still find patterns for. We can get that from them too.
And that pattern came from Jan Hicks.
No,
No.
no, that pattern came from. I'll have to run and get it. Hold on.
Hold that thought.
While she is running and getting that, I will share with you my favorite thing from market because you can't get it now. Or it's coming. You just can't get it right now. In Rosewood Manor was this beautiful piece. It was a preview, and it is for our United States 250th anniversary. And it was absolutely gorgeous, beautifully done. And we will be able to order this in May, she hopes. So we'll get it by June. Um, Absolutely gorgeous. The fireworks in this are sparkle thread, and all down through here, sparkle thread. It's absolutely stunning.
It's a showstopper.
It really is. When I walked into that room, which I always love her room at market, but when I walked in, it was over to my side, and when I walked in and I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's the one I want."
Mm-hmm.
And it's set up above it, sneak peek, and I was, why every year? Why? So, but this is coming, so be on the lookout for when it comes, especially for those of you who like big houses.
This is the one I did.
Yes,
Running with
scissors.
needles and scissors.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a beautiful piece.
yeah. And so she did that. She whipped that out like nothing, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
It was an easy stitch, and like I said, silks are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love silks.
I think we spent more time picking out your thread that you were
We
going to
did.
use than you actually took stitching it. So
It was a decision.
yeah, but she had a lot of fun, I think, stitching it.
It was quick and easy.
Yeah. So, Sherry,
Yes.
what were some of your favorite market things?
Well, I actually, I, I don't know that I had a favorite. I have to
She
say,
loves it all.
there's just
It's hard to pick a
there's a
favorite.
lot of things that are they're just beautiful. I can't. I get amazed at what these people come up with. But one of the things that I really think is beautiful, and this is by Cross Stitch Antiques, and it's the British Isles band sampler. And I know quite a few people have probably already started it, but I mean, it really is. It's just a gorgeous pattern. If you like band samplers, it doesn't look like it looks like it'll work up pretty quick, especially if you want to try, a sampler for the first time.
And what I like about this one is it has like the different bands, from the different British Isles, which I think is really neat. If you're a
If you're into
sampler,
samplers, if you're into history, if you're
yes,
into all of the goodies like that.
yes,
And you could each do each band separately. If
yes.
you wanted to wrap it on a spool or I don't know, could you do a drum with that?
I don't know.
I've never done a
Probably. You probably could, but if you wanted to, I mean, it's just a very interesting, very historic, in my opinion, sampler.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, she
beautiful.
got it too.
Yeah, we got a lot of doubles around here. So another one that I thought was really cute was Jeanette Douglas. She always just does some beautiful things. But this is done for a spool, and of course she had the spools there. And this would work up really fast.
Yeah, and this wasn't a market release. She did this as an exclusive a few years ago, but we've always, the first year I went, a couple of ladies that were customers here had wanted me to pick up a couple of spools in this pattern, and I didn't realize how popular it would be. So this year when we walked in and she had spools and she had the pattern, I grabbed because I thought, oh yeah, let's do that. So it's beautiful done up. one of the customers here had finished it and actually wrapped it around the spool. And it's so pretty.
Yeah, and it's simple. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's something that we'll work up quick. Um, and I guess we'll let you. Did you have anything else you wanted to share, Stacy?
Mine will be in my plans because I got it all tucked
Okay.
away.
Yeah, well, I don't have plans, but I guess I'll show you this one because this is really beautiful. This was Teresa Kogut, um, Hello Santa. This book is full of Santas, and they're all beautiful. I love her work. Her room is absolutely gorgeous. I could easily lose my mind in there, and I normally do. There's a lot of the rooms I lose my mind. We actually have to have a little pep talk outside the door before we go in. It's basically focus, focus. But
All of our customers enjoy samplers and the same things that we do.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful not to come home with an armload of samplers and none of the other things that will actually
yeah, yeah, we're supposed to go in and we get for our customers first.
Right.
But it's very hard to walk out of the room without stuff you want. So
I tell them before we walk into certain rooms, I'm like, do not lose your minds. Just try to focus because we're here to shop for the shop.
It's hard.
But there are we could probably rank 10 rooms that are our favorite, and Teresa Kogut would be one of them.
yeah,
Rosewood Manor would be another one.
yes, absolutely.
Cross Stitch Antiques would be another one.
Yeah, Bent Creek.
Bent
Bent
Creek,
Creek.
oh my gosh, it's wonderful.
Yeah, she's always got a beautiful.
I don't
home.
really stitch a lot of what Franny Ritter
Oh,
offers, but she's just the funniest, nicest person.
oh, they're wonderful, wonderful
And
people.
the praiseworthy people.
Oh yes, Pam Lewis.
They are a hoot. I just love them.
She is lovely.
Her
lovely.
stuff is incredible.
Oh yes,
she is so
she
talented.
would be in our top 10. I mean,
yeah,
of rooms
yeah,
because
and
her room.
we do enjoy
She's
going
just
in
a
there.
down to earth person.
She is.
We always
Stacy
find-
took a class with her this year on the stackers, and very lovely woman.
She is.
All right, so and I already talked about the Rosewood Manor. So let's get to whips. That's all we really want to talk about with Market is, just
We were there. We had a blast.
Yes,
we didn't get kicked out.
No. We did make one guy miss his floor because we were entertaining him so much that he was like, "Oh, that was my floor." He said, "I was watching you all and I forgot to get off." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
These two fuss like little girl sisters. I mean, they're just.
I told this one lady, I forget where we were at. She tried to give us away.
I did. I tried to put them up for adoption and no one would take
And the woman was like, "Hell no." And I was like,
it's like, you don't even know me.
Yeah. Of course, we wouldn't have went with her anyway. My daddy always taught me not to go with strangers, but
I tried.
it was kind of funny because Saturday night we stayed up getting all the orders in order for our customers and everything, making sure that we had everything and getting all the orders and everything. And it was like midnight, and it's way past my bedtime. Okay.
Yeah.
And by then I'm getting slap happy. And probably the people next door to us either thought we were drunk or they thought we were fighting, like literally fighting, because she and I just lost it. We had just had all that we could have, and she was just like in the floor, like shaking her head, like, oh my gosh. So we had a great time.
We didn't hit each other.
No.
No,
We don't do that. At least so far. So whips. Of course, I've been working on all kinds of things. I made a decree at the shop. And so far, I've stuck to that decree. And
I'm kind of impressed. We all laughed when she said this, but I'm impressed. I have to say, she's doing well.
They laughed hard too, all of them.
Yeah. I wonder why.
I am not going to start anything new until I finish something, is what I told them. I said, as of right now. Okay.
She put a loophole in it.
So, and I haven't started anything new, and I have a few things I'm going to show you that are very close to being finished, and I just really need to finish them. So, I don't know why I need to finish them, but I just feel this need all of a sudden that I need to finish something before I start something. The thing is I really don't want to start anything right now. So, but one of the things that I've been working on is this lovely pattern by Blueberry Ridge, the spring sampler. She had this last year at market, and I absolutely love this pattern. I love the little boots, the umbrella. Of course, I love the houses, and I love the color. And I am using the call for color on this, which is Madison Rose by Weeks Dye Works. And I'm stitching this on X Jude. Lugana, 32 count, and it is, I think this is brown paper. But as you can see, I've just got the little corner started.
It's pretty. I like that shade.
Yeah, and I'm down to where the umbrella is. I've started on the umbrella down here. So I'm really enjoying. It's kind of nice to get just a monochromatic out just to stitch. So, Stacy, what you got as a whip?
I've got all of this. Do you want to do all yours?
Do you want to go back and forth?
It doesn't matter. I don't care. I'll work. I'll go next. I am.
My mouth is dry.
I'm working on this one. I am down to these numbers. I just got a page and a smidge. This little bit down here is a smidge left. And I'm trying to get this finished because I've got the first one finished and I
Yeah.
want to get them all framed together. And let me get it unclipped.
Stacy sews in hand.
I
If,
do.
if somebody's wondering how we sew, she sews in hand.
This is kind of a long one.
Look how pretty it
It
is.
is very pretty. Colors don't show up as good, you know.
Yeah.
Not,
I'm using
I
the
mean,
DMCs. This is Chai Lugana,
28 count.
28 count because, it's got to be enjoyable.
And this fabric is a part of our shop does a fabric of the month, and we're a part of that with Seraphim Fabrics. And so this was our February
I think so.
fabric of the month. And
is
it's
it chai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that.
Well, you
Okay, I'm up. All right. When we went to market, we all did a start together, which we try to do each year. Diana definitely has done it every year.
Diana likes to start.
We all did the same
I
one
love
this
to
year.
start things.
And what we determined that we were going to do was the Glendon Place and what is it? I always forget the name. I know what it's Sleepy Hollow. And I did stitch it. I didn't get a whole lot done, and I actually enjoyed it. And we had picked out this fabric. We thought this fabric would be perfect for this. What's this called again?
Minerva.
By
Seraphim.
Yes, yeah, by Seraphim. I like Seraphim fabrics. They're beautiful, and I love stitching on them.
It's a 28 count linen.
Yes, this is a linen. But Glendon Place, their patterns are really nice, and the way they have them laid out and set up, they really are clear. I mean, you're
Yes.
not questioning what that symbol is.
Yeah, they're easy to read, and usually when you get a Glendon Place, lots of times they'll have the thread pack. They didn't with this one, but like the one Sherry's going to show here in a little while, it's done in Sullivan or Sulky's.
Sulky's, yeah.
And so it came with the thread pack, and usually they'll have an embellishment pack and like any kind of specialty flosses that are used in it. So that's really nice.
Okay. Yeah, it saves you a lot of money, not having to purchase all that extra stuff.
Yes.
I
forgot to show my spring Quaker. I love bags. Okay, that's my next thing is I really love project bags. And I had to have this one because it has sheep and it is
it's a cute sheep.
And this is bag came from Just Crossing Stitches, and she's on Etsy. And I bought the little one, and there's a bigger one too. But this is what my one was in the spring sampler. So I wanted to mention that because some of you may like bags, and she had a really good deal on those. This is my other thing that I've been stitching on. It's Spring Quaker by Leela's Studio. She just put out her Winter Quaker. If you haven't seen it, it's Peace on Earth. And so I've been working really hard on this, but I don't know if it's I really want to do the basket, and the Quakers kind of throw me off because you can't fudge on a Quaker. If you mess it up,
yeah, you got to take it out.
You just got to pick it out and go again.
Yeah.
And so this is on Sand by Seraphim Fabrics. It is a 32 count Lugana. So, and I really enjoy it. And it's called For Colors.
I like that color.
So, and I really enjoy stitching on that.
Okay, my next one is not a whip yet, but I got another one of those boxes, a 7x7. to replace the one that I did last year, but I didn't really want to stitch the pattern again. So we dug around in the shop, and in this Blackbird book, there is,
If you don't have this Blackbird book, you need it. Okay.
and I'm going to put that one in it because the box is square. It's 7 by 7. If I adjust the fabric, it will definitely fit, but I'm going to do a center start because if all else fails, I can take that outer border off. But that's going to be on the list here soon. But it's not a whip yet. I've got this basket over here full of my stuff. I was playing in the sewing room the other day, and this is just some of it's going to be whips, some of it's going to be things I want to do soon.
Yes. Just some beautiful stuff.
What's this bag? Anyway, it's Sherry's turn.
It's me. I've only got a couple things that I've been working on. I'm actually going to be putting away the Sleepy Hollow, and I'll pick that up later this fall. The next one that I'm working on, and I'd love to get it done, but I'm not that kind of stitcher. So this is also a Glendon place, and this is the Easter basket. I can get my hands out of there.
It's called Hungarian folk art if you try
Yes.
to look
Oh.
for it.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
We
is.
just always called it the Easter,
Easter
basket.
basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah.
actually go to
Yeah,
try to
that's
find
it.
it,
As the
Hungarian
title
folk
up there at the very top is the
Yeah.
title.
Number 4, it
And
says.
you want to talk about a fun stitch. The colors they're very bright. But the stitch is just fun. There's so much solid color and bright colors. It's fun.
and this is the called for fabric too, and it's sparkly. Don't know if you can pick it up in here, but it is a sparkly fabric, and it's done with sulkies, which means one thread.
Yeah,
Just right off the spool.
And I think this is 28 count.
it is.
So
It's a 28 count with one thread, which is, of course, is wonderful.
yeah,
And it's got good coverage.
Where she's left here, that's where beads go.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of beading in this.
Yes.
But
Are there beads in the flowers, or you just haven't got to that?
there's going to be some beads in the flowers also.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's going to be beautiful when it's finished.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying that stitch. I would tell anyone who, if you want to try a Glendon place and you like the Easter basket, I mean, like I said, the colors are beautiful and it's a lot of block.
Yeah.
So it's, it's fun stitch.
Here is another solid stitching, or I guess I should say monochromatic. This is Americana Red. This is by October House Stitches. They have now come out with a blue one and a white one. So this was the first one, and it was a red one. And
I love you, red.
I chose Ruby Slippers by Classic Colorworks. And this is how far I am. This is one, if I really put my mind to it, I could finish it because I don't have that much more to do. And this fabric is, I believe, an R&R, and I think it's vanilla cream. I believe it's vanilla something, but it is an R&R. And I love stitching on R&R. It's one of my very favorites. It's up there with Ex-June Seraphim. But I love stitching with it. So that is my whip that I've been working on. All right, Stacy.
This is one we picked up at market. It's a child is born.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And this picture does nothing for it. It is fabulous. It's versatile. In the market booth or in their store, the center part with the arbor and all of that. She did it large. She did it small. It's just a very versatile thing. For some reason, I have this fabric in here that I think it might be good on. I know there's a sticker somewhere.
It's Fox and Rabbit paper bark.
The sticker is missing, but here it is.
This young lady has a lot of stuff in that melon.
She does. She can remember who's bought what.
Yeah. She remembers all our fabrics and the counts, but
And it's not
99.9% of the time.
But that is by Under the Garden Moon.
Yes. I forgot my pumpkin and my strawberry too. They also do wool applique, and they will do the same pattern in wool applique, and then they will also do a cross stitch version. So it's really a fun little shop.
And like embroidery, they will do that. They will do it in embroidery, and then they will do it in cross stitch. Their shop is really beautiful, and they are such sweet ladies that are in there. And the lady who does most of it, she's very, very sweet.
Yeah, their stuff is kind of like they like they're like over the top with stuff, you know. It's
Yes.
like they just take it to the next
Yes,
level.
they do. And
With their creativity is
yes,
unbelievable. It's
it
beautiful.
really is. That's a shop that I had to tell these two not to lose their minds in. And then I was like, oh my Lord. Had to then have a talk with myself. So yes, it was hard.
Yeah, it was nice though, and really nice lady.
They are very nice. So is there anything else you?
Mm, Let's see. We could show this right here because this was not something that I didn't originally um pick this. I got this after we got back from market. I didn't see it or it I don't know. I don't know what happened. But anyways, I love it. These are if you like colonial things, this is really neat. And this is Twin Peaks. They really this is a really cool book. And I can't wait to do these. I love anything colonial. You know, samplers, colonial times, furniture, all of that stuff. And this stuff right here. I can't wait to do it. I think your husband's working on
Yeah.
it, isn't he, Stacy?
He's got almost this one just about all finished.
Okay. So the girl here.
Yeah, the girl with the
Yeah.
the rifle.
Yeah. Stacy's husband also stitches, so
Well, and the name of this pattern, once again, is Quirky Fractors. So everybody, when they were ordering it from us, they were calling it Patriotic People, and I kept trying to find Patriotic People, but it's called Quirky Fractors, and it's by Twin Peaks. So.
yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
hard to say after midnight.
Yes. Yes. So this one is one that I could finish, but I ran out of floss. Now I know you're saying you own a cross stitch shop. Yes, I do.
The shop is out of the floss.
But here's the thing, I put myself last on the list when it comes to floss and fabric and all that. It all goes to customers and I'm last. But this is by Brenda Gervais with I Need on Thread. It's Thankful, Grateful, Blessed.
Beautiful pattern.
I started that with some ladies that were customers here in the store and they all finished it. And I did not. I'm going to take my needle minder off so you can see. And I only have just this little bit left, and the color I need is fawn.
Flax.
Flax. Keep saying fawn. I don't know why.
Send lives, send flax. Save lives, send flax.
But it's a week Style Works. It's all that I'm missing. Then I'll be able to finish this up. I can't wait to have it finished and framed and done. Now I did change my pumpkin. I don't have a white pumpkin. I have a orange pumpkin just because I like white pumpkins, I guess, or no, orange pumpkins. And but autumn you will find as we do these floss tubes is my favorite season. And so I have a lot of autumn. Spring, not so much, or summer, but autumn, I love it.
She just discovered Halloween like it's never happened before.
I never liked doing Halloween stitching. I loved Halloween, but my kids are grown now. I thought, I just never got into Halloween stitching. And then we had our Stitch-a-Palooza, and we had a lady there, Amy, who's now one of our faithful stitchers. She showed me the light. And I love Halloween stitching now. I've got a few charts and absolutely love stitching it. But yes.
Okay. This one is a whip. Instead of a mania, we did a Brenda Keys mania, and I started one each month of May because I'm not really a super starter. I'm a little bit more monogamous than that. But Brenda Keys is one of my favorites. And this has got a wee little tiny start. This one is paper bark. It's still got its sticker.
Oh, okay. So the other one was Dirt Road, wasn't it?
I don't know. We'll let you know. But anyway, that's my little tiny start on that.
Whatever your Ann Perry's on.
Okay. That dirt track or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's that one.
Okay. All right, then we'll show you another.
This was so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Putini. These are really cute. They are absolutely adorable. And she did some biscornus also. What was that? Was it bunny? Chicken? Was it
A chicken, a sheep, and a bunny.
And a bunny? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just really cute.
They're adorable.
Yeah. I think that I really love the bunny and I love the sheep. And I love the cow. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I love this pattern.
Yes.
So that's one of my future stitches.
All right. The next whip that I think I can finish, I'm pretty positive I can, is a Plum Street. It is called Sheep Heap. I know you're surprised. I love my sheep.
That's a really cute one.
And I am doing this on a vintage country mocha. It's a Lugana. It's 32 count, and I'm very close to being finished. I really thought it just needed one vine, but some people, I won't say who, think it needs both vines. So I will do that. I did change the color in my vines, of my berries. So if you want to know the colors of my berries, just comment below and I'll let you know what colors that I changed them to because I can't remember right now. So,
Ooh.
This is my I Want to Start.
Ooh.
I'm not sure I can say that name.
I'm sure I'm going to even try.
I think she's just gorgeous.
She is.
She's absolutely adorable.
There's a lot of color changes, but I'm not going to do it like this. I'm going to take the little. I'm going to. Okay. Picture this little girl on this fabric, and it is a primitive hair fabric.
So see.
So I could either put her on there like that, or maybe turn the fabric this way. I haven't decided.
See.
But yeah, don't you think that would just be lovely?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
She's beautiful.
We both think it would be great.
I've almost purchased that pattern many times. It's probably on my wish list, actually.
Now, I don't know if you can still get the fabric. It is primitive hair.
Christmas greenery.
Yeah, Christmas greenery. That's the little tag. I don't. Sometimes she doesn't keep producing her fabrics.
Yeah.
They're screen printed, so I don't know if you can still get it or not.
You
I
probably
think it's lovely.
there might be a shop out there that still has some of it. So you
Right.
might reach out to your LNS and see if they have some of it.
And she's from Italy, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So I don't know if she has a website or anything. We just
She
meet
is
her at
a
market.
wonderful lady.
Yeah.
She really is.
She's fun.
Yeah. Very creative
she is.
also.
All
Yeah.
right.
That's it for me.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
All right. So my next one, I just pulled this out a couple of days ago. This is called the Wool and Flax Company. Of course, it's got sheep in it. It's by Plum Street.
She's got a thing going right now.
Yes. And this is a seraphim fabric. It's 32 count. Oh, did I? Oops. Sorry about that. Not a pro at this yet. And I think this is called Silver Mist.
Yeah, I think it is actually, now that you say it.
So it might be.
She can store all this in her head. I can't.
All right. And that's all the whips I've been working on. Okay. All right.
Mine is scattered, like I said. All right. This is called Elizabeth Wood, 1822. I have not started this, but isn't that pretty?
That would be pretty on top of a box. What if you can get a box like that? Oh, is it?
It's huge.
Oh, all right, never mind.
You could probably take the house. But
Oh,
anyways,
is it that big, huh? I didn't realize.
this Fabric of the Month Club thing is really causing
Great.
me grief. It is wonderful. This is
Old stationery.
stationery, and I think that sampler will be pretty on this.
This is 28 count even weave.
Yes, yeah, this is a Lugana, but I think that would be
Don't know if you
pretty.
can tell. It's the best, especially like for samplers.
Mhm.
This old stationery is,
Yeah, it's a very good staple type color.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Everybody
perfect.
should have some.
Yeah, they really should. It's kind of like vintage country mocha. You know, everybody should have some of that. You should have old stationery by Seraphim. All right. I wanted to show the bag on this one because this is from Stonehouse Stitching on Etsy. I love this one because it had campers.
It's cute, the old campers.
And this is spring, so I brought my spring whips. I don't have many. Like I said, I'm not much of a spring stitcher, but a few years ago at market, Silver Creek Samplers did this one with daisies, and daisies are one of my favorite flowers, daisies and lilies. So I started this, and it is on the called for fabric, which was Fabrics by Stephanie. And I think this was called Sage. Um,
Ooh.
and I did a 16 count Ada. I stitch on everything. I don't care if it's Ada or linen or whatever. As long as I like the fabric, I'll stitch on it. So there is my
That really shows up pretty on there, huh?
Pops on that one.
So
I stitched that one too. My daughter-in-law, her nickname is Daisy. So I stitched most of it.
she finished off of course.
I'm not sure I did the whole pattern.
No, you didn't. You just did the top.
I think I did. Okay. I also got one of these, the band sampler. And I also got Mary Chilton's 1620 because I am also a history nerd. And then
Now, Mary Chilton is by that lady right there.
It was delightful, by the way.
Yes. And this is more or less a Mayflower sampler.
See this lovely? Like, don't you think that'd be cute together? And I got a whole yard of it, so I think this might be cute.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember.
This fabric is Cactus Wren
Mhm.
by Fox and Rabbit. It's a 28 count is what she got.
By the time we got to Fox and Rabbit, this was like the last piece.
Of 28 count, yes. They had 40 count, 46 count, and 56, I think.
56, yeah.
Yeah, because they did very well. We were chatting with them.
They brought 3 times
as much as the previous year, and they were
Went.
almost out, and it was just Saturday. So
yeah.
Yeah, they do
All right.
do wonderful.
Here is this is a Pumpkin Hollow Quilts bag that I got a few years ago. If you don't watch her on YouTube, you should. And guess what? Oh, I did take it out of the bag. I was going to say, I told the girls before we started, I said, take your patterns out of your bags.
She got her teacher voice out.
I said, because I'm tired of trying to figure out how to hold it so they can see it. And then I thought this one wasn't in the bag. Or it was in the bag. All right. So this is a Jeanette Douglas that I started. This is probably one of my oldest whips. This is Blooming Bouquet number 4. It's called Beautiful. And
It's beautiful.
It is done in silks. And with Jeanette Douglas, the great thing is you can get a silk pack with all the silk, so you don't have to buy like a whole skein of the Gloriana that's in it or a whole skein of the Dinky dye that's in it. And so, if I can get the actual whip out, and this is on a picture of this plus.
Now, isn't that pretty?
And this is what I've got finished.
Yeah, that's really pretty. That's beautiful.
I tend not to want to stitch on this, and one reason is I don't care much for the fabric, and there you have to count very hard on this one, and I have to be in the mood to do that. So, but I do love this, and it's not one that's going to be finished anytime soon. So,
okay, this is a whip. It's another Brenda Keys that we started.
Yeah, that one's really pretty too.
It's really cute. And it's coming out smaller than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's very small.
But I love it.
And that's a fiber on a whim.
See, she knows these things. Just by sight.
I can tell.
She can tell.
I can tell it's fabric.
I can't tell what color it is, but I can tell it's a fiber on a whim. All right. And then my last one is kind of a plan. And this bag I had to have it because I was a librarian and an English teacher for several years. And this is Jane Austen fabric. And I got this from Sherry So Sweet on Etsy. And what my plan is, so like she was talking about Mania. Most of the time I do a Blackbird Mania because Blackbird's my favorite designer. Thank you, Brenda and Laura and Carol.
Carol Slotbox?
Yes. That I loved them before they did their big Blackbird parades and stuff. I loved Blackbird back when Brenda and Laura first started, and Brenda showed us all her little stockings. I fell in love. But and they told us to go buy all the Blackbirds. I took that literally, and I have done it ever since. So this is what I plan on starting in May. And I plan on starting this with my good friend Lisa Yantek, who is in North Carolina, or maybe South Carolina, I'm sorry. But she's in there, and she and I are going to start this. She will probably finish it, but I will start it. This is one big girl. It's called Little Birds. It's beautiful, done up. Daisy K. Primitives. She did this. I think Carol Saltbox has also done this. But I absolutely love it. I've even pulled all my colors for her in here.
Oh, those are pretty.
So I'm just kind of waiting to see what fabric I really want to do it on. So, but this year I think I'm going to do another Blackbird Mania because I have a lot of Blackbirds started and some that I really want to start. So,
Usually I'm the first one done, but I spent some time in my sewing room this week. So I got to play. This is the Anne Carey sampler. This is a start. It's not a big start.
all right, so let's see what this fabric is called.
No tag.
Look what it's called for.
Okay. There's that.
You can see that.
Pretty fabric.
It is. Well, you're going to have to look farther. I know it's a fox and rabbit.
I don't think there's a called for. I think I just saw someone doing it online and they used that dirt track.
And that's why I got it for you, because I got it for you.
You did.
What's this Aggie?
Dirt track.
Dirt track. See? Yes. There we go. I knew it was in there somewhere.
That's funny.
All right, you got one more?
Well, I do have this one. This is Summer Quaker. This one I could probably finish. I started this. I don't have the cover. I'm sorry. This is by Leela Studio. I started this one last year, and I did it all through June with, again, my friend Lisa Yantek. She finished hers. I did not finish mine. It was probably one of the few times in my life that I've been monogamous, and it was very hard, but I love her and I wanted to stitch it with her and I really wanted to finish it. So this year my plan is to try to finish it, and I don't have much more to go on it. So, all right.
Okay. I was influenced by a YouTuber.
Not me.
Not her. This is Julie from Reflections Framing and Stitching. She does the chart of the day. And she had this.
Oh, that's pretty.
Okay. It is very pretty. But she switched
it's
it
Teresa.
up to a pink fabric.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And this is called silk. It's a Zweigart. And it's a silk. That's the color is silk. And it's not a blush. It's lighter than that. But it's definitely not white. But
No.
it's got a pink to it.
Yes.
So I'm kind of anxious to get that started. I've even got the majority of the threads down in here. So that's I wanna someday start. And as you can tell, I like big samplers.
She does.
So
But
Yeah.
she whips them out
That's the
fairly
way
fast.
with me. Most of my stuff is
Yeah.
big. I have very few small
Are you done?
patterns.
Yeah, the rest of that can wait.
Okay. All right. So those are kind of our plans and our finishes. Now, we had a giveaway on our Facebook Live. And it was to guess how many whips that I have. And we had lots of great guesses. Nobody guessed how many I actually have. I actually have, and now let me say this. It does not bother me how many whips I have. So I own a cross stitch shop. Most everything that I stitch and finish goes into the shop as a model. I like big things to stitch. I don't normally stitch small things, as you can tell. So I have a lot of whips. Doesn't bother me. So please don't try to do any shaming or anything like that. It's really not going to work if you do.
She has no shame.
It just isn't.
That's
So
how I feel. I mean,
you know, if you just want to be mean, it's just not going to work. So so just to let you know up front that it's not going to bother me. So I have 82 whips, and the person that came closest to that number was Miss Kathy Perkins, and so she gets to choose whether she wants this beautiful Victorian pink Gloriana or this beautiful schoolhouse red Gloriana silk. So, congratulations, Kathy.
Yay,
Kathy guessed 83. So you were almost there.
We'll put it in your folder because I don't
Yes.
think
I
you've
even
actually
counted
seen
my
it.
whips. I probably should.
Yes, you probably should. I don't think you'll beat me though.
Mhm.
All
And
right.
this basket is all, I mean,
I don't know
don't
that.
get me
No,
wrong,
I
I
don't
got a
think I.
drawer full of charts.
I don't think I. Well, yeah, we could count charts. I might win.
I don't know. I don't know. I have quite a few charts too.
What about fabric? Do I have a chance at all with any?
Fabric, you would have a
Fabric,
chance.
you'd win. Yeah.
Okay, so we also wanted to shout out some YouTubers. Not that we have a huge following or anything, but if you haven't watched these people, you really need to. So we wanted to start out with some Kentucky YouTubers, some other people from Kentucky that have floss tubes that you might want to watch. One of them is Karen the Monogamous Stitcher. She is from Lexington, I believe.
Which is about 2 hours
Yes,
south.
southeast, southwest of
Uh-huh.
us.
The map's over there. I can't show you.
Yeah. But she has a really good YouTube floss tube channel. Also, this lady actually came and visited our shop and did a really neat video, stitched with us that day and everything. It's the Crazy Cross Stitch lady, Carla.
Yeah, she's a sweetie.
She's very sweet. She's a teacher, so I think her time is kind of limited, so she doesn't have a lot of videos. But she is just a really wonderful lady to talk to sit down, and I like to watch her videos. She also does a lot of different stitching, so she's another good one to watch. Then, of course, there is Jennifer Ketterman, who is stitching in the Bluegrass. Um, she also has other hobbies, like I think she crochets and does some other things, but she is from around, like, I think the Louisville area that way. Stitching in the Bluegrass. Um, she has a really good floss tube channel if you tune into her. Um, and these are just some that we've just are new to us or we watch quite often. We wanted to mention Helen D because we showed the strawberries that Stacy did last time.
I used her tutorial. I met her at market.
Yes.
She's a lovely lady.
Yes, so we wanted to mention her. Then Moonshine Stitchery. I just found her a few weeks ago and I told the girls she has a lot of different stitchings from samplers to full coverage to smalls to everything.
Like me.
Yes, and she also sells nail polish.
Yeah. Watched her whip parade. It was a 2 hour.
Yeah.
So if you got to clean house or do dishes all day long or something,
Yeah.
and turn her on. But
Yeah.
anyway, she mentioned she makes and sells nail polish. Which
Yes.
I thought was clever.
Yes.
Someone make nail polish.
Yes. And then the last one, I just found this one too, the Lizzie Stitcher, and she's from New Zealand, and she does quilting and other things, but she also does like from samplers to smalls
Yeah.
to just about anything, but very, very good to watch.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching her.
Yes. So those are some floss tubes that we thought we would mention today and let you know that they're out there. We hope that everybody enjoyed watching this. We hope you got some motivation or some encouragement. Any of the charts, if you don't have a local LNS, you are more than welcome to contact us here at Bluegrass. We would love to help you order anything you want.
Hey, Sherry, on top of the refrigerator is a banner with our phone number.
Yes, we do have a phone number, and occasionally we answer it when we can find it.
These banners will go on our windows. We had to change our phone number.
Yes.
So when our
this
the
is
weather straightens up and I get to wash the window, we're gonna put these on here.
So this is our shop phone number. So if you ever need anything and you would like to support a brick and mortar shop, you can give us a call.
Contact us on Messenger.
Or if you're on Facebook, absolutely contact us through Messenger. Go over and look at our page. We usually keep it fairly up to date. So we hope you enjoyed this.
If you are in Kentucky, the 11th and 12th, right?
13th and 14th. I don't know.
That weekend, we
Yeah.
will be at the Greenbow State Park
Yes.
at their
handcraft weekend.
yes, it will be a quilt
It's
show.
beautiful.
Yeah. It's a 2-level building, and the quilt show's usually in the bottom level, and the top level will be there, and lots of other local artisans will be there. So if you get a chance, swing by. They do have a website, Handcrafted Weekend.
And it really is handcrafts.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not going into, like people selling stuff.
And the
Yeah.
classes
They are selling things, but these
Right.
are things they made
Yeah,
Right.
there's
with their
like
hands.
a guy there who does wood like
Mm.
stuff with knives, and then there was a guy selling knives last year that he was actually making out
Yes,
there.
he was a
Yeah, he was
blacksmith, and
forging,
he
Yes.
had a
yeah.
forge out there in the parking lot making
Yeah.
knives. So it's nobody's selling Tupperware.
No,
Yeah.
it's really nice, and then the
Yeah.
quilts, of course, are amazing to see.
And there's some
So
classes offered.
yes, I will be
So-
doing a beginning cross stitching class. So um,
It's a nice idea, if you
yeah,
I mean, I like when I go to those things, like when you go to a craft fair and stuff, I want to see things that are made.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That are made by people.
yeah.
And I
It's a
mean, these are
beautiful-
different things too, not your everyday
It's a
stuff.
it's a beautiful drive out that way
Oh yeah,
too.
it's gorgeous.
And they have a buffet. So if you,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
good eating.
it's Saturday and Sunday. So if you want to go Saturday with some friends, or maybe Sunday after church or something like that,
Fried catfish,
yes,
unbelievable.
yes. So stop out there if you can and say hi to Stacy and I. Or if Sherry's there with me, say hi to Sherry and I. So
Someone will be running the shop.
yes,
Not sure who.
yeah,
It'll be me, either me or Stacy, more
yes,
likely.
yes. I will be out at Greenbow. So, but we will be back probably in about 3 weeks or a month. We'll be back. It just
Yep.
takes a lot of time for us to do the live and to do this. Um, especially with 3 of us, we have a lot going on. I have a daughter getting ready to graduate high school, and Stacy has a couple of kids that are getting ready to maybe possibly move to Cincinnati, and
They move out of the nest.
yes, and then Sherry has a husband that is a handful, and so it's in a good way.
Yeah. And I work another full-time job.
Yes,
So
she does. So so we will be back here in about 3 weeks to a month. So
okay.
we enjoy you all. We hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you then.
Bye, guys.
Bye.